_23 here, and welcome back to another episode of Glory Hunter. Today's episode, it is the one and only game. It's the DFB Pokal quarterfinal, and the reason why we're giving it to you today is we were knocked out at this stage last year. Since we last met, we have played a few more games in the league. We've strengthened our position at the top of the table with 10 games to go. We are 4 points clear, and we have a game against Bayern Munich coming up in the not too distant future. If you are enjoying the content, do give it a like, do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Without further ado, let's get into today's episode. We're of course live on stream, so links down below to come follow us live. DFB Pokal, if you weren't in the last episode, in the last round there, we obviously got through, and more importantly in that as well, is if I can somehow find the third round stuff, Bayern Munich got beat by Cologne 1-0 in a game that I cannot help but admire the fact they got absolutely FM'd out the cup. Made things more interesting. Cologne just got beat by Gladbach, which means the Borussia Gladbach-Borussia Dortmund derby is alive and well for the cup. But more importantly, Dusseldorf, a second Bundesliga side, knocked out Hoffenheim, last year's champions, in a penalty shootout yesterday as well, which means another one of the big teams has fallen by the wayside. Yes, they got absolutely FM'd. Hoffenheim, Dusseldorf scored with their only 2 shots on target. Luka Amico, people will know, leads the line for these guys at the moment. If you can see here, he's on loan from Cologne. We used him at AC Milan as a potential wonder kid. Never, ever really developed. He could apparently still be world class according to the scout reports. He's 26, he's probably done and dusted. Reminds me a little bit of Mario Balotelli, because this guy could have been absolutely unreal for Italy. Secondly, as well, if we have a look at our own form before looking at the team we are playing today, since we last met, which was the Nuremberg 4-0 and beating Hoffenheim, we beat Inter to secure a top 8 finish. We threw away a game against Real Madrid, which we only lost 5-2 with a fully rotated squad. We beat Mainz, we beat HSV, we beat Sunderhausen, we pummeled Bayer 0-4, and we beat Wolfsburg 1-0 in the first game on stream tonight. It leaves us in a position where we got the round of 16 draw coming up, which could be part of the episode that coming up with Bayern. But at the moment, it's going to be a Hertha Berlin, Bayern Munich doubleheader, or maybe actually Bayern and Wolfsburg considering the table, or Leipzig. I don't know. These 4 games are going to decide are we winning the title or not. Because of all that and everything being up in the air, I've done something that we chose not to do at Newcastle. We signed a new deal. We're here to 2038 at the moment. At Newcastle, the reason why we didn't, it was in that last year where we were by far the best team in the Europa League. That was going to be a foregone conclusion, you thought. And secondly, at that stage, we won the FA Cup the year before. So it was all about win the Europa League and then off we go, because we completed England. So we didn't take a new deal at Newcastle. We're here, I'm still under no impression that we will drop a game or 2 by the end of the season, just because of FM being FM. And there is a big possibility that Bayern beat us to the league. I think this is the year we have to win the cup. Bayern's no longer in. Hoffenheim, last year's champions, are gone. This is the year we have to win the DFB Pokal. Hence why I'm playing full strength against Brunswick. But we still may not win the league. And because Bayern are that good, if I don't win the league this year, there's the potential I don't win the league next year and so on. And if I have a really bad year next year with my deal, they could tell me they're going to go somewhere else. So I've signed a new deal, but there is a world where I win the double this year, which leaves us, 7 years to go and win it all in Spain to complete the challenge with the World Cup. We're in a pretty commanding spot to complete the challenge. Doing the double this year could be huge, but this is why I'm going full strength against a Brunswick side who currently sit 11th in the second Bundesliga. We are going to have a look how they got here though. All the way back in the first round, they beat a third division side in AUE. They beat my boys 1860, which I completed the youth only challenge with 3-2 in a crazy game. They knocked out Hertha Berlin to get here 3-1 at home. So look, we need to not take this lightly. This is a game that they are giant killers. They've been very good in the DFB Pokal, but we've lined up full strength. I know against Hoffenheim we led 2-0, we let it slip and we lost, but this is a second division side. Surely we go out here and win. We are at full strength. Giuseppe's coming back from injury, but he's back ready to play 100 minutes. Have a look at that. No one below 3.5 star bar the goalkeeper in the starting 11. That is a scary starting 11, no matter who you're playing against. They look at my starting 11 and go, yeah, I don't fancy that. I honestly think there is a world where we are better than Bayern Munich and we are the best team in Germany right now. Anyhow, without bigging ourselves up too much, let's see how they're going to line up. They're lining up in the 3-5-3. Interesting. 3-4-3, I should say. It's 5 at the back with 2 and then 2 and then 1. Let's have a look through the starting 11 here because it is only one game. You know, maybe a couple names that you guys may know there, but I've got to say, they're well-rounded is what I would say. There's a couple of them that's being nice, a couple of them well-rounded, but there's nothing that really scares you there, is there? That Norwegian's not even playing for Norway. Jan Boller's getting a bit older. Fafana's only got 11 pace, even though he's got 15 thing. I will say their keeper's not bad. That's actually not a bad backup keeper. If I, for whatever reason, needed another backup keeper, he might be one that I would scout because of the 17 1-1s. So, yeah, there we are. Look, without further ado, let's get into this. Hopefully, it's just one-sided, easy pumping, and off we go. If we get knocked out now in the DFB Pokal, there's a world where we're never going to win this competition. And, yeah, because, look, this should be the year. I could half handle getting knocked out by Mönchengladbach in a derby, in the semi-final or the final. But we could not get knocked out any earlier against any other side, or else I'd be unhappy. Munuzi with an early corner. Front stick to Arbaru, who heads just into the top of the bar, unfortunately for us. 9 minutes in, still 0-0. Struggling for the ball, which is a little bit odd. But anyway, that looked like a foul throw and a half. But anyhow, Football Manager, we continue. Blesser wins a tackle and falls back to him. And Kalemba plays Bosma. And that's a ball and a half. They get to the byline, cuts it back. Never with a tackle, never a penalty. Could you imagine going 1-0 down here? Could you imagine going 1-0 down? Penalty's been given. The ball's gone flying a million miles the other... Oh, whatever. Alright. We're about to go 1-0 down here in the quarterfinal to Bosnian. Lito saves and picks up the rebound. It's a save from Lito. He stayed down the guts. And, well, after that, it's a corner. But we got through that one. This time, Real heads away. A very good start by the second division side. Backstick ball, and that should have been a goal. Boller's missed an open goal. Wowzers, this has not been good at all. Demand more, and demand it right now. It is a very poor start by the Dortmund side. Very nervy. Menev now goes on a run. Finds Ernest. He tries to get down the line. Whips one in there. Real gets brought. That's a pen. If the first one's a penalty, this one's an easy pen. Real was in and was pulled back. It was cynical and borderline blatant. But penalty given. Real is the guy who wins it. Giuseppe, who scored a penalty recently in an episode, steps up to put us 1-0 up. And I think that's the difference. Is Lito down one end saves a pen. Down the other, Giuseppe is a world-class fullback, picks a corner and commits to it and finds it. And, well, maybe we're a little bit lucky we're 1-0 up, but sometimes you need a little bit of luck to complete some challenges, and we lead 1-0. Maybe that's the goal that needed to create the floodgates to open here. Because at the moment, they've been really good, to be fair to them. Anyway, Ernest wins a header. Haas ain't going to get there, but Ernest wins it again. Blesser now needs to keep it and does with Abru. Abru now, out the other side, finds Linden. Abru. Haas is in front of him, which he could have played, and does. Finds Manuzzi, out to Ernest. Great stuff. Blesser is making a run, was ignored. Now he goes in behind him. Iramoto knows how to hit him. Decides to find Manuzzi. What a ball from Iramoto. And Manuzzi, top bins, 2 goals inside a few minutes. And we finally turned it on and we flicked it into a different gear. And, well, we're down only 2-0 here in the quarterfinal. Great ball from Iramoto. Great run from Manuzzi. And a finish that no keeper was saving. And that is 2-0. Which is a good spot to be in. I'm also going to do in the instructions of get stuck in off. I don't need any weird stuff to happen here in this quarterfinal. Could have been 1-0 down, so, you know, Lito single-handedly changed this game, or his legs have changed this game because he saved it with his legs. You know, if that goes in, different game, they sit there, they don't move, and you never know. Anyway, Iramoto picks that one up, out to Giuseppe, out the other side, finds Menev, cuts it, Real hits the post, Blesser decides not to react, it might have been offside though. And that's a corner, should have been 3-0. Very much like last year's quarterfinal, should have been 3-0 a lot of times, and then we shipped a few. But hopefully, not going to happen here, as Blesser can hit one, and that's going to be another corner here right on half time. I would imagine this is pointless now. It's going to be all she wrote here at halftime. Might get this corner in though. And the dying embers. Abru doesn't get up. Menev cycles around. That should be all she wrote, and it is. Half-time, we lead 2-0. We're 45 minutes away. I said something like the DFB Pockle Dream was alive and running last year. I'm going to mention those words again, that it is alive and running, but you never know when the gas can come out. And then you're not cooking with gas, but you're cooking with empty stoves and hopes and dreams. And well, it could all start with this set piece. Abru wins a header. Blesser, Bosma, Mbala, Bola. They've been decent, you know. This doesn't feel over. If I scored a third, I would be a bit more confident. But 2-0, after leading 2-0 and getting knocked out last year, I'm not confident with this one. Anyway, Giuseppe wins it. Iramoto, good on the ball. Great ball out to Blesser, just drives it straight to his feet. Manuzzi now. Real made a run. Menev made a secondary run. Great stuff. Deflected straight into Felder's hands. Could have been 3-0. Not 3-0. There's the difference. 65 minutes played. 2-0. Storezsund. Flicks down. Iramoto. Good tackle. Giuseppe. Now needs to find Menev's feet. And does. Iramoto. Manuzzi now. Real. Poor ball to be fair. But no real forward pressure from Brunsweg. Real. Abru. Haas. Blesser. Great ball. Real. That's all she wrote, boys. That is all she wrote. That's onside. That is 3-0. That's 65 minutes played. That is beautiful. I'm going to get Castro in. I'm going to get Chavi Simmons in. Also going to get in Tyrone, who's been developing, and Muhammad Adam. And Ernest, who's on a booking, is going to come out as well. We're going to make 5 changes. 3-0 up. And should be all she wrote here in the DFB Pockle quarterfinal. Should, being the key word. But yeah, nervy first 30 minutes, that's for sure. A very nervy start. And not nervy anymore. Need to stop mentioning those words. Another highlight though with the Fresh Boys Elm. Abru drives. He's been fantastic this year, to be fair. He's been a great signing. Giuseppe drives into Benev's feet now with the ball. Tyrone, who's had a very good year now too as a Bundesliga player, making a very late charge for the World Cup, I have to say. Tyrone now. Menev just watched it go past him for whatever reason. And we force them long. Abru heads. Only as far as Mbala. Najombi. Mbala. That's a ball, but Abru picks that one off. He's so good at reading the player. Adam now finds Menev. Castro made a run, ignored. Comes back inside of Tyrone. Ball for Simmons. Great ball, great touch, great finish, great goal. Not the first time we've seen Tyrone give Simmons a ball and then it be a goal. So these two link up pretty well. It's 4-0 now. And it's turning into a bit of a one-sided pumping here in the cup. And look, I'm all for it. I am all for it. Now, we do have a big game against Borussia Mönchengladbach in the league, which is not going to be part of this episode, next up. So I'm actually going to just do this and start to just ease this game away now. Just tell the boys just to do what they need to do. And maybe just relax a little bit and just be okay with what they're doing. Don't think we need to really change too much of that. I think that's all okay. People on playmaker and support for sure. Inverted winger on support, then inverted winger on support, and a complete forward on attack. Done. That's just going to help in build up. We're now going to just play for very low tempo, 13 minutes. Make sure the boys out there with the fitness, which is still currently decent for them, is going to remain decent. And there we are. No one overly too tired here, which is great. Lido makes a nice save to his left. Still on a balanced system, so should be all right. Lido rolls out to Tyrone. He goes out to Giuseppe, who's playing as an inverted wing back on support now, so he'll just drive inside here. Menev now. Great ball to Castro. Big chance. Castro dinks. It's always nice to see Diego Castro score, who, by the way, This guy has been insane for us this year. Like, you might think, oh, he's your backup striker or whatever. 13 goals in 18 games, 9 starts, 9 off the bench. That's 9 off the bench. He scored 13 goals. Yeah, he's not bad in the little league when he gets going, mate. He is not bad at all. And by the way, in the Champions League, 8 games, 6 starts, 6 goals. It's not bad at all. He's pretty good at what he does. He's only played once in the Cup and he scored in that game too. And well, here we go. He's got another goal in the Cup here. If we didn't have Real, this guy would be a 30-goal-a-season striker. But instead, he's about a 20-goal-a-season striker off the bench for you. He's one of the best bench strikers I've ever had in my life. In the end, we win 5-0. 5-star performance, absolutely smashing. Right the wrongs of last year. And well, when we thought last year was the year we should have won the DFB Pokal with Bayern getting knocked out, etc., this is definitely the year we should definitely be doing it. No Bayern, no Hoffenheim. We got an easy draw. We go into the semi-final. We're in a commanding position to win the DFB Pokal. And hopefully, fingers crossed, Darmstadt beat Wolfsburg. And then all of a sudden, it's just about avoiding Mönchengladbach until the final. And that would be ideal. Saying that though, if we get Mönchengladbach in the semi and Darmstadt play Dusseldorf, I'm more than happy for that. Something tells me the final last year was Kiel. Okay, I thought it might have been Darmstadt. They made the semi last year. Well, Darmstadt could be on for back-to-back semis, so maybe it's not as easy as we thought. Saying that though, if you have enjoyed the episode, give it a like, do subscribe to the YouTube channel. That is a pretty easy game there for us. Next time we see each other though, it is going to be Dortmund versus Bayern with a game that will decide if we are going to win the league title or not. Till next time, thank you and goodbye.